Yo, what's going on, everyone?
What
Oh my
up?
goodness,
How's
we're
it
live.
going? Let's
This is
go.
the Books and Beyond conference 2024 launch party. This is the first year ever, guys, that we're putting together a conference for booksellers. Victor and I and Avery, all four of us were at the Miami Sellers Conference, and I think we're all looking around, like, where are all the booksellers at, man? There's nothing out there for just the booksellers. So I'm incredibly happy to bring to you guys these three awesome hosts, including myself. I guess that'd be the fourth one, but these four guys. We got Steve Raiken, RaikenProfit.com. Can I get a RaikenProfit.com in the chat,
Let's
everyone?
go.
I'm already seeing people in the chat, but we got Steve there. That's going to be incredible. He does a lot of eBay to Amazon flips. He does a lot of, he also does book flipping as well, even though he does a lot of other things from eBay to Amazon. But everyone knows that Steve's going to be there. That's huge. So already right off the bat, Steve's going to be there. That's huge. Not only that, we got the co-founder of Bookmine, Victor Gallegos here, also owner of Facebook, Seasonal Book Arbitrage Group. And I think we're seeing the comments coming in now because I think we got a lot of people who are super excited about the Books and Beyond conference. So we got Victor Gallegos coming. And then, this is perfect. Avery Romer, the guy who, drives all over planet Earth. At least that's how he started, actually in his car.
I'm getting back into it, man. I'm here at the rack floor. I'm getting a rack put on right now this weekend. Yeah. I'm driving down to Atlanta, Georgia. And awesome. Not sleeping in the car this time, using credit card points, but sourcing books the whole way down.
There we go. Well, man, I'm incredibly excited to be here with these four guys because, guys, we've been working behind the scenes since Miami Sellers Conference to make this come to fruition. And whether or not you guys know it as an audience member behind the screen, like there's a lot of work that goes into planning a conference. And it's taken a lot of work for us to get here. And I think we've not only done a lot of work, but got here really quickly. And we wanted to make sure we got the dates out there published. So it is September 13th through 15th, Las Vegas, Nevada. We want to get the dates out there so you guys could book your flights. You guys could figure out the hotel situation, all that stuff. But I'm speaking too much. You guys can tell I'm excited about what's going on. What's going on, guys?
I'm super pumped for it. And like events changed my life. Like let's rewind like 6 years ago. I was coaching wrestling at the high school I went to, and I was making like $2,000 for the whole season. And I remember listening to Ty Lopez, the Here in My Garage guy with the books in the background with his car. And he said, if you're going to hustle hard on the networking side of things. And so I was like, what does that even mean? And these events popped up. I started meeting people in person on social media. I'm like, that's what that means. I'm gonna start doing more and more of that. And I went literally from being like so broke, did 80,000 my first year in sales, to this next year I did 6 figures in sales. And I could break down my business for you and like show you different partnerships and different things like that. But they all literally came from events, all of them. And they were turn the page events back then with Caleb Roth. And that's why I'm so passionate about events. And so if you're on the fence about this, and you're like, what's the point? Even Mike the Used Book guy was like, what's the point in going to Vegas and meeting people in person? Like, I promise you from the bottom of my heart, we'll give you a refund. I'm going to put this out there right now. If you show up and you don't feel like you got 10 times the value of the ticket, we will give you a refund because these events are so much fun. But it's you might not even realize, like you might go to the event and be like, what even happened? You feel great the next week, but it might not be 6 months until 6 months down the road that you find out one key relationship saved you. And so I'm extremely passionate. I could list literally 20 plus different times that relationships from in-person meeting has skyrocketed my business, including this right here. This would not exist if you guys didn't come to Miami Sellers Conference.
That's
and
crazy,
we were having drinks at the bar. You know what I mean? And Steve ignored it. We went to Vegas, me and Steve 4 years ago. I met Steve in person in Vegas. He thought I was a weirdo. I was trying to get his number. He wouldn't give it to me. So I got his Instagram instead.
You came on too strong.
I came on way too strong because I somehow found out through the grapevine you made 100,000 profit one month. And I was like, just drilling him with questions. I'm like, this guy made 100,000 profit. I want to know everything he did for that to happen. But even this right here would not exist if we didn't meet in person in Miami.
Absolutely.
And I even feel like our chemistry on camera is better than it was before just because we met in person, So it's like these events are, even if you're not on social media, like they're amazing. And I know I'm talking a lot right now too, but it's just so cool. A lot of booksellers are quiet too. I mean, they don't post on social media. Like we're the book social media people, but you'll meet people doing like 9 million a year selling books in person that don't post. Literally, we have a speaker at the event, Vishal. You'll meet people doing a couple 100,000 a month that you've never even heard of before. So if you really want to like immerse yourself, I highly recommend coming to Vegas, and look forward to meeting you guys.
Yeah, and I'll say we're all doing things a little bit differently and unique. You know, I've attended a lot of conferences over the years, and sometimes you attend a conference and then it's like all the speakers are just trying to sell you something, or the person who puts on the conference, their main business is making money by putting on conferences. Like, we're actually, all of us, every single one of us, are making really good money with Amazon. And we're all doing it a little bit differently, right? We're all doing it a little bit unique. You know, I'm sourcing from eBay, flipping on Amazon. Joji's doing Amazon to Amazon flips. The funny thing is Amazon Victor does the same thing, but he focuses on some different types of books. We have Avery, who he does online arbitrage, thrifting, books. He does all different types of things. So
Wholesale.
all of us are running real Amazon businesses, making money right now. And I just think like, it's like all the worlds are going to be kind of like crashing in. Like, I'm going to be bringing a lot of the people who do eBay to Amazon and online arbitrage and different things like that. We have the booksellers, the DVD flippers. I mean, of course, we're primarily focusing on books, but there's so many opportunities out there. So I'm just so excited. And I'll tell you guys, I'm so excited that, you know, Victor and Joji, got to give them credit. They thought about Vegas. And I'm like, man, this is going to be so cool. Like, the location is epic.
Cheaper plane tickets. We're still gonna have the after party. I'm saying still, like everyone that went to Miami Sellers Conference, there's gonna be after party here too. Vegas is just an amazing place. I love and hate Vegas. Like, obviously, I don't like gambling and stuff like that. Some people do though. But Vegas is a magical place in terms of like going there for business. I don't know. There's just something really special about Vegas. Like, I remember driving there the first time in my car. I was living in my car, and I just like ran into a casino, and I bought one of those chips for poker or whatever, and I sat down 23, 24 years old and started playing poker, and it was just like, it's like a magical feeling being there with all the lights and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I mean, so for me, what's really exciting is the networking part, which you guys have already covered. Getting to meet you guys and everyone else who's in our space, right? So we're doing an event specifically for booksellers, but in Miami, it was people who did everything else. Like, they helped me push even further than what I'm doing. Like, I felt really happy at 500,000, because at 500,000 with books is pretty good. But when you go out there and you realize, 500,000 is really chump change to most of these other online arbitrage sellers, it made me feel like, okay, I need to keep pushing from there. So it's a lot of a lot of networking, a lot of getting people's phone numbers, Instagrams. You know, I got to meet, like, again, you guys, and we made this event happen because we all went to Miami. And I just can't wait to meet the people who are coming, right? Because I've been in the space now 6 years, and I can't wait to put meet people in person, the people that I've worked with for over 6 years. So yeah, I'm just thrilled to do it.
Yeah, I started my YouTube channel a few years ago, and I remember when I started the YouTube channel, I was like, how many years is it going to take until I meet Steve Raiken? I'm like, probably at least 3, maybe 4, probably at least 3 or 4. And then, man, I remember you on Instagram, Steve, you're like, hey, I'm looking for coaches for as part of, I think, E2A mentorship back then. I reached out to you, and I think I had like 200, 300 YouTube subscribers. And I think you watched the video and you're like, okay, this guy kind of knows what he's talking about. Let's give him a shot, right? And then Miami Sellers Conference came around. This was 2 years ago now, Avery. I was like, dude, I'm going to stay in the house with Steve Raiken. Like, that's insane, right? Because even someone who taught me growing up, like, behind the scenes, like, obviously he didn't teach me, one-on-one, but his videos taught me, like, how to sell books on Amazon. Anyways, the point is, Steve and I, we stayed together in a room with all the other E2A members. We went on a run that morning, and on that run, I remember Steve asking me, hey, Joji, why do you think people have such a hard time getting VAs? I go, you know what? That's a great idea. I don't know. I think people just have this, there's just this mental block. I think it's just really hard to take that leap of faith. And that birthed the Virtual Assistant Academy, literally being in person, talking to you, going on that run.
Yep.
And, from that, later on, we ended up making the A2A Masterclass. All that stuff would not have been possible if it weren't for the Miami Sellers Conference. And then now being able to meet Avery 2 years ago, and then again this year, and getting to talk to you guys. I mean, this conference came from being at that other conference. Like, this conference was birthed from the connections that we made there. And so that's why I'm incredibly, I'm honestly incredibly grateful that I'm even here amongst these 4 guys, because I wouldn't be able to be here if it weren't for social media. And now, like I said, even though you guys don't have a social media, you getting to be there, getting to talk to the speakers, even just getting to talk to people who aren't on social media, who are just in the same game, playing the same game as you, is going to be incredibly powerful. So I'm just so excited.
Yeah, and I see Seth Checkmate Flips. He's in the comments. And funny thing is, I met him through YouTube and at the Miami Seller Conference. And at the time, I was struggling. It was a couple Miami Seller Conferences ago. Remember the first one I spoke at, Avery? I think I was doing 8,000 a month with eBay to Amazon, and I met Josiah, who's an eBay to Amazon flipper who was doing 80 to 100,000 a month. I met Seth, who was doing 70 to 80,000 a month. And everyone was telling me, don't do eBay to Amazon or Amazon. Like, you can't scale it. There's not enough inventory, da, 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 da. Yeah. And I met a couple guys who were doing it, and it gave me the motivation and like almost permission to go and scale and learn and grow. And, you know, I've done business with Avery because we met in real life. Matter of fact, Victor and I, we have a live call tomorrow, which probably would have never happened if we didn't meet in real life at the Miami Seller Conference.
Yeah, that's so true. And I've been on Romer's channel, and yeah, I was on Romer's channel before I met him in person. But now the last few videos I've had with him, we really feel like we're really driving there. Like we really are connecting in a different way because we met in person and we're like, able to see that we're two true people. Like, you know, we're actually trying to help out the community. So,
yep. The cool thing is I already see so many people in the comments that, you know, Victor and I know really well from our own channel. So Trevor was at Miami Sellers Conference. I believe, you know, Trevor's coming. We got Matt, we got Nathan here. We've got Jan, we got Roz. I mean, we got Scott, Cindy, Steve. I mean, Amanda, there's like so many people that I'm already seeing showing up, which is just awesome.
I'll give a couple examples of how booksellers that I met at these book selling events in the past, the turn the page events, how they helped me. And you don't even need, like, all your stories kind of revolve a little bit around social media. Back then, like, my social media was existent, but it wasn't very good. You can ask Steve. I had like 1,000 subs, but Joji, you're way more polished than I was. I was just like in my car, like la la la, you know, terrible camera angle. But the first one is months after one of my book selling meetups. Somebody texted me from the meetup, the guy doing 300,000 a month, and he was like, "Hey, I have a book deal. Do you want to go in on it?" And basically, I drove all around the country doing these book deals, got up to 20,000 in sales, just cherry picking, which is kind of unheard of now. Like, I remember telling Steve I was at like 12,000 and his face kind of lit up. And I was like, why is he like, this is normal. Like, why is Steve impressed? But now that I'm like teaching Amazon stuff, I realize how rare it is for somebody to be selling over 10,000 a month, strictly cherry picking. That's one example. You know, somebody texted me a few months later and gave me these deals, essentially liquidation deals where I drive around the country and pick up books. Not everyone's going to be that crazy. The second one was I met this girl from MIT, shout out Heidi. And I would like, literally I drove up to her school and we sat down, we shot YouTube videos together. But behind the scenes, she was showing me her book arbitrage algorithms. So she was doing a lot of online arbitrage, seasonal flips like Victor. Yeah. And for her class project, she was actually making algorithms for the books to go up and down, like to predict. This is like 4 years ago. She was predicting AI, like where the book trends were going to be. And so, I mean, that's just another example. And she's not on social media at all, like hates social media. So, and there's a lot of really, really smart arbitrage people. I'm actually really excited, and I'm going to speak this into existence. I know you guys are like the social media arbitrage people, but I bet there's some people out there way bigger than you guys, like doing a couple million a year. And I would love to meet them in person and kind of hear what they're doing, you know? Like that's kind of what I'm excited, because I know a few of those people are going to come out of the woodworks for this event. And so, yeah,
it's going to be that person that's wearing like a shirt that looks like they bought it at a thrift store. I'm like, oh, you know, I sell 500,000 in online book arbitrage, Amazon to Amazon flips every month. You know, like, exactly. Whoa, what the heck? That's crazy.
There's going to be at least one or two of those guys, man. They're gonna put us to shame. We're gonna be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, because they're selling books, not making content.
Right? Because of Bookmine, we can tell that people are logging in more than both me and Joji. They're literally on it every day, all the time. So I know these people have to be making really good money. They're just the silent killers.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. What do you guys thoughts on showing the website, the conference website? Is that cool?
Yeah. Do you want to do a screen share, Joji?
Yeah, I'm gonna screen share, man. I am so pumped for this because the amount of work and effort and time that went into this is incredible. So you got your 4 hosts there on the sides, and we got the Books and Beyonds conference. So this is linked down below, but you guys can go to booksandbeyondcon.com if you want as well. But it's linked down below on all of our YouTube channels. You can go and click the link there. And this is basically, you know, our video showing you, like, this is our hype video. This is us showing all the speakers that are going to be there. It's really just a video showcasing how incredible of an opportunity this is going to be for you guys to network with other people and how that's going to help you grow your business. These are the dates again. If you guys are not, if you haven't heard it, it's September 13th through 15th at the Four Queens Hotel in Las Vegas, Nevada. And yeah, we're basically going to walk you through, like, you know, if you go to the website on your own, the reason why you should come. But one thing that I'm sure you all are wondering, like, who are actually going to be the speakers? Like, who are the people that are going to be there? So, you know, I'll go ahead and introduce, you know, I can go through the list if that's cool with you guys.
That sounds great.
We can add stories, or we can, you know, kind of tangent off there if we need to. But one of the biggest YouTubers, Mel back from Burnout, she's actually an eBay bookseller. She's going to be there. She's not even living in the United States. She actually lives in Australia, and she's going to take a plane flight
that's
all the
awesome.
way, all the way to Las Vegas to be there and to speak with you guys. If you don't know our YouTube channel, you know, back from Burnout, I would definitely go subscribe, because she gives tons of life advice. So what I love about her YouTube channel and kind of how it's different than mine is just like, here's how you sell books, but hers is like, here's also my whole life. Like, here's the challenges and my successes and the struggles going through selling. She's just a super down to earth person. And one thing that we also really want to do is make sure that we bring the best men and women, right? Because there are tons of women doing this as well. We want women to come to our event because we know that they're out there. We also want to make sure that we are, you know, showcasing the best men and women in the space. So Mel from Back from Pronouns can be there, and I'm really looking excited, or really forward and looking excited to seeing her there. Now, I don't want to skip over Avery, because you know Avery. I can skip over myself, but you guys know Avery, you know, owner of Go-To Lister, RestrictedInventory.com. I mean, you guys already know him. He's awesome. He's going to be there as well. Anyone else want to start with this next line here?
I think Avery.
We got Raiken Profit.
I was going to say, Avery, you gotta introduce Caleb after me, because he's the one who changed your life as well with books.
Yeah. So you guys know my story with Steve. I met him in Vegas at an event very similar to this. The man to the right of Steve on the screen was actually putting on that event, and Steve intrigued me. You know, his videos popped up. Probably like a lot of you guys watching this right now, you might not even know Steve that well. You might not follow him. I'm sure we got some loyal followers of Steve, but I was more like, I would tune in every once in a while. And he would just casually be like, yeah, I'm doing X amount in books. And I'm like, are you serious? Like, he's doing that much in thrifting books. This is before I was making that much money thrifting books. And I started doing it and I surpassed the number he said, which was 10,000. Anyway, Steve intrigued me. And then he's one of my best friends to this day. And something really impressive about him that you guys know is he started an eBay to Amazon business, very similar to what Joji and Victor do. And you did that in the summer of 2022. And in the last 12 months, you've done like over 700,000 in sales, which I just think is like so impressive, man. Like, that's just like really cool. Just to like kind of like, you were thinking, what can I do that's going to add value to my audience, but also build me an awesome business at the same time? And you fucking pulled it off. Like, very cool. And then the man to his right, Caleb Roth, my mentor, also one of my best friends. I got really lucky with Caleb. He just liked me from day one, unlike Steve, where I walked in to Turn the Page event, the first event I ever went to. I paid $200 on a credit card. I was probably I was probably in debt, because I left with $2,000 cash and then a $4,000 travel credit card with Bank of America. I probably spent $3,000 on book inventory. So I was probably like $1,000 in debt, and then put another $200 on the card that was the cost of the event. Walked in the event an hour late because I went to the Gumroad address rather than the address it was actually at, like a dumbass. Walked in an hour late, saw Reezy Resells, saw Caleb, and there was no chairs available. Caleb pulled out a chair, and I sat he pulled a chair somewhere and put it next to him and the MIT girl that was doing online book arbitrage. So I got to sit in between these two people. Yeah. And to this day, he's one of my best friends. And I attended every event he did after that. I paid to go to them. And eventually he allowed me to speak at the events, which was probably premature, honestly, but a lot of fun. And so he'll be speaking there. And he's like retired now. He started Scout IQ, sold it. He's done 7-figure annual sales in, flipping books. He had a consignment book business with libraries for years. He's a wealth of knowledge. So super excited to have him there. And then obviously we got Victor Gallegos doing 155,000 profit last year, mainly seasonal arbitrage. Every time I see Christmas items, I never think about them the same now. After talking with this man, I'm like in McKay's, and I'm like, I was at the bookstore today, and I'm like, I bet like all these are actually profitable, just not right now.
Yeah.
So Victor is super impressive, founder of Bookmine, and obviously one of the hosts of this event. So
yeah, make sure you join Victor's Facebook group as well. Seasonal book arbitrage. I forget. I always Amazon sellers seasonal arbitrage. I forget the exact name of it, but
you got over arbitrage. Yeah.
There you go. You've got over 2,000 members now.
Yeah. 100% free. People from my YouTube channel are going over there and they're getting results. They're making money, and they share books you should be purchasing right now that are going to make you money in the future. All 100% free. So it's like literally, why not?
Yeah, absolutely. So, so that's the first 6 people. I mean, I would argue that even if we just, obviously
stopped here, right? Yeah. Even if we just stopped here, that's all we need.
Yeah. That's all we need for an amazing time, but that's not to discount all the other people that are coming, because all the other people as well are going to be incredible. So Victor, you want to start and talk a little bit about Phil, the book peddler?
Phil, I've been following Phil for a while, especially because what he has is unique, is that he's actually he owns 2 used bookstores. And matter of fact, he's opening another one here, and I think in 2 more months, he's having a grand opening in New York, in a small town in New York, Smithville. And so basically he says it's like a small city of, maybe 50,000 people. And so he's opening his second bookstore there. So he's doing both that and also online books. So he's also selling a lot of his inventory online. So it's really unique for our space to be able to have actual bookstore and to sell books online. So he's a great follow. I mean, you guys should look him up. He plays guitar sometimes instead of actually talks about books. So he does a lot of great stuff. And he's, like I said, he has to be pretty successful if he's now opening his next store here in the next couple of months. So great guy, and just thrilled that he's coming. So yeah, and then next we have Diane. She is a rock star in our space, right? With Steve. I mean, she is always helping in any way that she can in that group, and answering a ton of questions. I know she's already helped me a few times, and we've corresponded a few times. So every time I've talked to her, she's always been super helpful and really unique, and really, I'm happy that she's coming.
She has, if you don't know an answer, and she's going to hate me for saying this, like I tag her all the time. Like, did I say that correctly? Like
exactly.
Anything to do with like little details, specific. She's so good at that. I'm so terrible at like the little tiny details and like, how do you do this with the low inventory and find this? And Avery's laughing because he knows. And we actually, I remember the first time I met Diane, Avery and I, and what's his name again? Caleb
Matt Osborne.
Yeah, Matthew. Yeah, of course. We were all doing a Wim Hof breathing exercise, just like 4 guys on the ground. And where were we? That was Atlanta, right?
Atlanta.
We were doing this exercise where you like breathe in and out like 30 times, like crazy people. And we're on the ground, just like hyperventilating. And she walks up. She's like, "Hey guys, is this like the book selling conference or something?" and that was probably what, 6-7 years ago. I don't know.
It wasn't that long. It was like 4 years ago.
Really? Okay.
Was it 2020, right? COVID.
Man, I don't know. I feel like I've known her forever, but she's amazing. I can't say thank you enough to Diane. And she's a bookseller. She's very, very intelligent. I believe I think she's going to school to get her PhD. I don't know if she's already, I know she's always working, and she's great. Yeah. She said she's dying. It was 2018. So it was close to 6-7 years ago.
It was 2018.
I'm pretty sure it was.
18, I lived in my car.
People were talking about Bitcoin back then.
19, I met you guys. 20 was when we lived together. I'm pretty sure we went from the Miami airport to Atlanta together.
No, we didn't. You're 100% wrong. I guarantee it. I know it. We didn't live together
18,
at
I
all.
promise you that.
Let's put money on it right now. So you're telling me it's after 2020 or you're saying it's, I guarantee you it's before.
It's either 2019 or 2020, but it's not 2018.
Oh, not maybe.
I don't think this really matters, but okay.
This is pivotal for the books and beyond.
Yeah, I remember like almost having a panic attack because I had an account shut down at that event. Like the morning of, my series of account shutdowns started years ago. And I had to give a talk to all these booksellers, and I was just like freaking out. I think it was October, maybe. I don't know.
You had like
that was your first shutdown?
You said my account was shut down years ago for a counterfeit textbook buy. It was when I was running restricted inventory on my own personal account. Yeah. All
right. Well, and then we have Vishal. I mean, talk about networking, right? When I came to the Miami Sellers Conference, I mean, I was glued to this guy. This guy is awesome. Like, he's just a genuine human being that I got to meet that actually does really well with books. I mean, he's killing it. He's a bulk bookseller in Canada, and his if you ever seen it, like pictures he's taken of his inventory of his warehouse is just crazy to be able to see that, and actually all the books that he's producing. And then I've actually had like actually business type of like conversations with him, trying to help him improve his business even further, right? Because if you can like maximize your inventory based on Keepa stuff, you can actually, improve your bottom line. So I've actually had some actual conversations behind the scenes to try to help him out there. And he's just an awesome person to meet and to work with. I mean, he'll do anything for you, right? So if you are a new bulk seller, I mean, he'll give you tips. He'll help you out because like he's in one specific city, right, in Canada, and if you were somewhere else, he'll tell you the ropes and how to get started. So definitely happy I got to meet him. He's definitely I wanted to make sure he came to the event, so I've been talking to him, making sure he's still coming, and just happy he's here. Happy
9 million annually in sales.
Yep.
I bet by the time the event happens, we'll be doing 10 million in sales annually. And I mean, he's at a pretty healthy margin, 1.6 million profit. And what you'll realize in business is like there's a lot of different vessels you can take.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it comes back to like the person, the effort, and seizing the opportunity. And Vishal is a great example of just seizing the opportunity in front of him, with bulk books. Some people say, oh, there's no money in bulk books. Well, what about Vishal? 1.6 million profit last year. Suck it.
Amanda. Joji, you're on mute. Yeah.
I'm good now, right? Hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Steve, I think it's only fitting that you introduce our next speaker on the far left there.
Yeah, so Amanda, man, I'm so impressed by her journey. I remember one time I put on a free coaching call. I think it was in my book selling Facebook group, my free group, and she showed up. And the funny thing is, she was asking question after question. And you ever go to like a I don't know, an event or a conference, and there's always one person who's asking all the questions, like, hey, what do you think? It's your show? And I'm so sorry, but I appreciated it because she was hungry. Like this girl was like freaking starving to. I don't know what her motivation was to quit her job or have an extra income because she still works her job. Matter of fact, she had a $23,000 a month, I believe, in Q4. She knew nothing about Amazon. Matter of fact, she booked a coaching call with me, and she was doing like $27. She did $27 in sales. This was like a year and a half ago. And now she just hit $100,000 in the last 12 months. And she started thrifting. She's doing eBay to Amazon. She's selling on some other platforms now. I mean, she's killing it, and she's representing for the ladies, which I love because, I think there's a lot of women who are killing it, but maybe they're a little intimidated because it's a male dominated industry. And we're really trying to bring light to the women who are rock stars. And she's one of them. And we've met up at multiple events at the Miami Seller Conference, at the E2A meetup where Joji and I were running, and he was kicking my butt out there and I was trying to keep up with him. But she's great. She's going to be talking and representing the ladies. So big shout out to Amanda for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And then next we got Checkmate Flips. So we got Seth Kordick. Again, I met Seth in person 2 years ago and also last year at the Miami Sellers Conference, but we grew our YouTube channels together. So, I mean, we both were having conversations back and forth, like who's going to get to 1,000 subscribers first. We were live streaming all the time, but Seth is an eBay to Amazon flipper. So, he does a great job of actually utilizing FBM, fulfillment by merchant, which a lot of people in the space don't do. And so he's going to have a lot of tips for you guys to show you how you could increase your cash flow by trying to, or potentially thinking of the FBM route. But like I said, does a lot of eBay to Amazon. He also does a little bit of book flips. He's given me some leads in the past for some book flips that he's done. But you know, the books and beyond part, right? We're really, really focused on books, but there's also the beyond part where we're also giving you a little bit of an inkling into like these other possibilities as well. And yeah, so that's an awesome guy. You guys are going to see him there. Check him out. He's got a YouTube channel. I think he's getting close to he definitely has well, I think he's getting close to maybe 2,000 or 3,000. But anyways, awesome guy. He's going to be there. And then I think it only is fitting that I introduced Shanna Mann as well, owner of Central Virginia Prep. I mean, Shanna is literally so awesome. So, you know, a lot of you might think, oh, Prep Center owner, she's coming. She's going to be, you know, this is going to be like a sales pitch. Like, absolutely furthest from the truth. Shanna's helped out my business in so many ways. She's helped out so many newer booksellers as well. And it's why I feel so good about like sending people to Shanna at Central Virginia Prep, because anyone who comes to my YouTube channel and is interested in online book arbitrage and doesn't want to do their own prep and is worried about all the details, like Shanna is like honestly like willing to walk them through the whole process, hold their hand. And I'm like, Shanna, like it's kind of crazy the amount of effort that she will go through to make you successful. So I brought her. I mean, I basically was like, Shanna, you got to come to this event because, you know, you're killing in the Prep Center game. You can help so many people, you know, move past that mental barrier of letting go of their inventory. Let somebody else do the prepping so that you can become more efficient at the best thing that you do, which is sourcing inventory. And so I said, Shanna, you got to get here. You got to come here. And I'm so happy that she's going to be here because she's going to get out a lot of value. She's going to be speaking. I'm sure she's going to be really popular because people have tons of questions about Prep Center. So anyways, this is one, Shanna, that I'm super happy is going to be there. And yeah, expect her to be speaking. So Shanna, I think she's probably in the comments. I can't see the comments, but I think I saw her earlier.
She's there. Royal wave.
Yeah. So I'm so excited for Shanna to be there. And with that said, anyone want to take the next line? Let's start with Bill Martling. Anyone else?
Bill Martling. Okay. I think all of us as little micro influencers go through phases of cockiness, and my peak cockiness was like 3,000 to 5,000 followers total. And it was all on Instagram. When I hit that mark, I was like, I'm a guru. I'm basically Gary V. And I remember like having a few drinks in me in Chicago at another book selling event, turned the page, and Bill was there. And I'm like, who is this guy? Like, you know, I'm the young shot here. I'm making the money. Like, what's he do? I'm like 15K in sales each month. Dude, I did not know this guy's running a company. I can't even say the number, but well into the 8 figures annually.
Yeah.
You know, sellbackyourbook.com. And just like super, super impressive business. And his claim to fame is he met Jeff Bezos back in like 2005 or 6 or 7. And he's like an OG in the book space. He was hitting up flea markets. He would make like thousands of dollars in a day flipping fiction books at flea markets. He's done it all. He knows all the different ways to find books. And he slowly crept in there and became a huge part of the community now. You know, we all love the Scout IQ Sell Back Your Book integration that exists. He's active in the Facebook groups. Yeah. And so just a really smart guy, good salesman, good businessman overall. And so we can all learn from each other. We're all, like I said earlier, like we're all doing different things, but business is business at the end of the day. And it's like capitalizing the opportunity that's in front of you. So,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Then we got Jameson Philippi.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Steve, I feel like you should introduce Jameson.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, Jameson. So
I would just make fun of him the whole time.
Jameson's amazing. If anyone here has the opportunity to meet Jameson, there's a good chance you'll become a really good friend of his for life. And
he's gonna bring D's.
Yeah, exactly. He's a nutty guy. So the thing with Jameson is he changed his whole entire life from he was addicted to drugs. He talks about it in his talks. He lived a really, really rough childhood. And when I met him back in 2013, 2014, he joined the Green Room, which was my first membership I ever created with the Bonafide Hustler. Joji was in there.
Let's go.
And he had nothing. He had no money. He had no skills. He had no knowledge. And fast forward now, I mean, he sold millions and millions of dollars worth of products. He started thrifting, online arbitrage, wholesale. I mean, he earns a full-time living from reselling on Amazon, like no money from maybe a little bit, I don't know, but like 99.9% from Amazon, not from social media or anything. And he's changed his life. He's a master networker. He stayed at my house probably 20 times. Maybe 18 of the times he just showed up. No, I'm just kidding. But incredible guy, so funny, so sweet, has a great story, very, very knowledgeable, open book. And if anyone here is going through any type of struggles, it could be addiction or it could be mental health, or maybe you just grew up in a family where, you know, nobody told you you're going to be successful. Everybody said you're going to fail. Maybe your parents, their parents, everybody failed or had challenges. And you're like, I want to be the first one to change my life. He did it. And the guy is absolutely unbelievable. I can't say thank you enough for just our friendship, but he's going to be speaking, and there's a 98% chance if he speaks, you may cry. So I'm just warning you.
Wow. Yeah, absolutely. Very powerful. So Jameson, I mean, it's going to be awesome to see him again. I've had the privilege of hearing him speak a few times, and you're absolutely right. I mean, most down-to-earth guy you ever meet, and willing to help literally anyone, no matter where you're at. So excited for Jameson. Also, we got Max Ruback. I actually just filmed my second interview with Max last week, and that's going to be dropping on my YouTube channel tomorrow. But Max is a former teacher, which is how we kind of connected. He's now a full-time bookseller, and man, he finds rare, old, vintage books that are worth a lot of money, and he sells almost entirely on eBay. And the crazy thing about it is that he's built his entire business from networking. So what I mean by that is he literally has people send him text messages every single day. They'll people who go to an estate sale, they go to a thrift store, they'll take pictures of books that are maybe deemed in the description as being collectible, being old, or being vintage. They'll literally take a picture, send it to Max, and he's like, hey, that third book on row 2, those 3 books there. I mean, he works a consignment business, but he's got the networking down, and he works with tons of people. So I'm incredibly excited for Max to be there, because he, from the bottom of his heart, is there to help people. And you guys will see that if you watch the round 2 interview that I did with him just a few days ago. But he recently started his own YouTube channel as well. And yeah, his whole thing is paper gold. He's all like, there's so many books out there that have so much value. He works a lot with people who do bulk books, like people who have these massive gaylords of books, these books without barcodes, these books that are even not together. Like, he sold books for hundreds of dollars, even thousands of dollars, that are not even like bound properly. Like, it's pretty crazy the wealth of knowledge he has. I would say, Victor, Max is like the closest you could get to having to keep in mind. So
yeah. And we talked about that. He's the encyclopedia of knowledge, like of rare books. And he's so passionate about it. I mean, I've seen you guys' interviews where he gets really frustrated when he's like, you're not actually looking at the first page to see if it's signed. Oh my gosh, why are you not doing that? That is so much money you're giving away. You know, he's that passionate about it. And after watching those interviews, I even was like, well, maybe I should think about rare books, because that's how convincing he is. And he's just really passionate about what he does.
Yeah. Absolutely. And while you're speaking, why don't you go ahead and introduce Frank as well, Victor?
Yeah. No, Frank is awesome. Okay. So when I first started with books, I listed my own first like 400 to 500 books, just because I was starting out. I didn't know that there was a prep center. And plus I decided I really needed to know the process myself. So I sent all the books to my house. And soon enough, my wife got tired of all these books stacked in the house. And it was like, okay, either we're going to have to move, or you're going to have to move these books somewhere, because we can't have a house of books just sitting around. And so I went out and looked for somebody who I thought was really hungry and was ready to grow with me. Right. And so I found like there was a lot of established prep centers, and I didn't really want to pay attention to them. I wanted somebody who was just starting out and was ready to really get this going. And I found Frank at Little Owl, and he at the time was he was in his house, actually doing it from his garage. And he's like, I'm about to get a warehouse soon, a 2,000 square foot warehouse as his first warehouse. And I was like, all right, well, I'm ready to go with you. I'm ready to start this off. I'm going to start sending you some of my books. And if this goes well, we're going to continue this partnership. And we both agreed to that. And, you know, now 6 years later, I think he's done way better than me. I mean, he has like a 20,000 square foot warehouse, and I think he helps all of us out on as far as prepping is concerned. He's a great guy. Talk about like a master of process. This guy like has created his own like software just for his processing items, right? He has like, if you send him items, you can actually go into his created software to put in your inventory and check where the inventory is and where it is in Amazon and stuff like that. He made that that all through his own like coding and processes that he's created. So, so even if you're not thinking about getting a prep center, just listening to Frank, you'll get to understand like how to break down your business in as far as processes and then build and scale from that. So I think he's going to have a really great presentation, whatever that is. And I'm just excited that he's coming.
Yeah. His software is so good. He's helped change my life. I mean, I used to have everything coming to my house. I would have employees. I was spending, hours packing. And I mean, I remember Avery, he would cringe. Joji would cringe. Like, Steve, what are you doing, man? Like, you've been selling on Amazon for like 10 years. Like, dude, like you have a YouTube channel. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, and I was just so scared because I didn't trust anybody. And I saw all these other prep centers and you would hear horror stories. And I think the lesson is you got to find people who take the business serious, who treat your inventory like it's theirs. And, I mean, I know Shanna and I know Frank. I mean, these guys are amazing. And Frank has helped. He's literally changed my life, and he's probably like saved my relationship to an extent because it used to drive my girlfriend insane having everything come to my house. So I couldn't give a better testimonial for Frank as well. So
yeah. And you want to give the testimonial for John here as well while you're at it, Steve?
Yeah, absolutely. John, he, Avery and I, we were talking about this on the phone the other day. He came to the Miami Seller Conference with a new look in his eye, right? Avery saw it. He lost a bunch of weight. He's been getting fit. I mean, this guy, he started with just thrifting and selling books, and he moved into a bulk operation, and then he pivoted out and built an online arbitrage business to 6-7 figures. I mean, the guy has not only, changed his life financially, but also physically recently, which is, a huge testament of his character and who he is and his strength, and very knowledgeable. He's helped me out a ton. He's really, really great at researching products, analyzing deals, finding products from home without having to leave your house. And I mean, the guy's great with finding coupons and cash back and just finding great deals online. So, I mean, he's such a great guy. I'm so happy he's coming, and I think he's spoken at all the Miami Seller Conference events, I think, right? Avery, give me a thumbs up.
I'm not sure.
I think the most recent one.
He spoke at the first one, but he definitely did. He did the music at the first event. I can't remember.
I think that's what he said.
Yeah. Awesome. Sweet. I mean, and the cool thing is, I mean, there are so many incredible people that we just talked about right there. I mean, selfishly, I am excited for myself to go there and just meet all these people, hang out. I mean, obviously I want everyone behind, everyone watching these videos, my videos and everyone else's videos, to meet you guys in person. Cause you guys might know us, you might know me, but I don't really know you, right? Cause I haven't had the opportunity to really network with you. But I mean, I think we've got an incredible lineup. And the cool thing is that this is still open. As we're speaking, I got a text from Shanna. She's like, hey, I know a woman in my area who does a big bulk business operation who might be interested in coming. That's what I'm saying. Like these networking opportunities allow us to bring out the best men and women in the space. So there's possibly going to be more keynote speakers as well that are coming, but man, it's going to be an incredible event here. So why don't we talk? I can kind of stop sharing here for a sec. Why don't we talk about kind of the way that this is going to work out in terms of the days? So September 13th through 15th those are the dates. What you should expect to do is fly in on Friday if you are going to plan to come. And the reason why I say flying on Friday is because later on in the day, in the evening time, we're going to have a free get together where anyone who's coming to the conference, we're just gonna have everyone there. It's gonna be a public event, so obviously there's gonna be other people there, but we're probably honestly just gonna take over a spot, right, Victor? We're probably just gonna show up somewhere, take over a spot, but there's gonna be a meeting location where everyone can come together, and that's gonna really kick off just not it's just the beginning of the conference. It's not even technically part of the conference. It's just getting getting the butterflies out, meeting people, getting the ball rolling, and we got Trev here. Thanks for putting this together, guys. What a great lineup. Can't wait to hear all these savages share the secret sauce. It's beyond fun, and I'm eager for all the ideas and connections.
And I met
Trevor at the Miami Sellers Conference. And now, Trevor, you can attest this. We message behind the scenes now, right? I mean, probably wouldn't be doing that as much if it were someone who didn't actually, come to meet me in person. So a lot of awesome stuff there. So try to fly in Friday, because later on in the evening, there's going to be a meeting at some public venue where everyone could kind of hang out. Now, Saturday, which would be the 14th, is going to be day one of the conference. So we don't got exactly the start time yet because we're still shifting things around in terms of how many speakers we'll have, but probably 7:30, 8 a.m. will be a start time. And we're going to kick it off strong, man. We're going like boom, 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 boom. All those speakers that you just saw, I mean, they basically got to get speaking Saturday and Sunday. So
yeah,
we're going to go ahead and get them going. We're going to have actual catered lunch on Saturday. So there's only going to be one catered event. That's going to be on Saturday. And Sunday, you'll be lunch on your own. That would actually be a great opportunity for you to go network with people and go have lunch somewhere else. But Saturday, cater lunch there. And then when we come back from lunch, we're going to have a couple more speakers, and then we're actually going to get into panels. So, Steve, you want to kind of talk about why we're really excited about panels and how we think that could offer more value than just a speaker up there?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, if you just take a look at, the various people on the screen right now, we're all doing things a little bit differently. And, I saw some questions coming in, like, who's this for? What levels? Like, what types? Like, is it only books? Is it only thrifting? No, it's thrifting. It's books. It's bulk books. It's liquidation books. It's Amazon to Amazon flips. It's eBay to Amazon. It's, for me personally, I sell a lot more than books. I do a bunch of media items, electronics, board games, video games, so on and so forth. So you're going to be able to choose who or what topic specifically you're really attracted to. Like, you're excited about that. Like, you want to go after rare collectible books. There may be a group for that. Maybe you're a woman and you want to hang out with the women. We're going to have a women's panel, and we're going to really dive deep into Prep Center. So whatever you're attracted to and excited about, we're really going to be splitting it up. I'm not sure if we're going to be doing different rooms or what we're going to be doing, if it's going to be similar to Miami Seller Conference, but it's going to give you a chance to get a bit more intimate with a smaller group and ask questions and learn. And I mean, we're pretty much modeling what Miami Seller Conference did. So thanks, Avery. That was valuable.
Yeah. I mean, it really was huge. After all the panels, that's going to kind of wrap it up, what I would consider the late afternoon, 3:30, 4 p.m., somewhere around there. Then there's going to be the opportunity for the after party as well. So technically, the day one conference ends around like 4 p.m., like I mentioned. But then the after party is going to happen a couple hours later. It's going to be like 6 to 9 or 7 to 10, somewhere in there. We have to just work with the venue that we're working with right now. But it's going to be a private event. It's not going to be public. It's essentially going to be an actual really awesome place. The World Suite. We even got the place. It's going to be catered. It's a really awesome place. We'll say it again.
Yeah, MTV. Yeah.
So showcase on MTV. It's a really awesome penthouse, honestly. Which got
is a penthouse.
It is penthouse. It's got a pool table. It's a really wide open area. It's going to be just kind of one of those places where you think, really rich people hang out and just have a lot of fun and talk to each other, right? So it's going to be more of an intimate sort of space, but it is going to be an additional cost. So if you guys, and we'll look at the packages as well a little bit later on. But essentially, it will require an additional ticket because there are extra costs associated with us renting out that room with catering food, catering drink. But more importantly, it's going to be just this really awesome, intimate space where all the speakers are going to be, and also a limited number of people who actually end up coming to the conference, right?
Yeah. So we've done after party at Miami Sellers Conference like every year. And I think the first year we didn't charge for it. The second year we did charge for it, and we got some flack. They were like, why are we paying that? Like, this kid was like, I paid $200 for all you can drink drinks. He had like his fake ID with him. This is on YouTube Live. And he's mad. He's like, there's no way I'm going to drink $200 worth of drinks. And I'm like, in Miami you will. But anyway, that's besides the point. I'm like, dude, you're not paying for the drinks. You're paying for the access. And so every year, we've done it 4 years now. And we've raised the price of the after party every year because we keep getting better and better speakers. We get Watch Me Amazon Lit. And we're basically giving you the opportunity to speak with these millionaires, And so, and that's the same thing we're doing at Books and Beyond is you have the ability to speak with these two men here above me. Actually, all three of you guys are millionaires now.
Yeah.
I think that's correct, right?
Yeah, all three of us.
Yeah.
So 3 book selling millionaires / eBay to Amazon / YouTube. And it's just like, it's an incredible experience to be able to connect. And that was, for me, the most valuable part of going to the Turn the Page events was literally being in Vegas with Reezy Resells and Caleb Roth and having them, and I wasn't even talking with them. Like, I was just like a fly in the wall, just listening. I'm like, holy shit, this is like, I'm inside of a YouTube video right now. And just hearing them like talk about not even like, honestly, not even crazy things, but it was just hearing them talk and being like, wow, it like validated everything. And like, for real, it gave me the confidence with social media that I could do it too. And then when I met people killing it on Amazon, it made me think I could do this too. It's just something, you know, when you see TikTok ads and YouTube shorts and Steve Raiken on YouTube telling you that you can make $10,000 a month, that's one thing. But actually, like, seeing people in flesh do it is a whole nother thing. And that's, I guess my point is, the Afterparty just really facilitates that intimate environment, not only with the speakers, but the attendees who pay to go to the Afterparty are oftentimes a higher level attendees. So, I mean, at Miami Sellers Conference, we have millionaire attendees who, you know, are doing 400,000 plus a month, and they all get to, half the time they're not even talking with the quote unquote speakers, they're talking amongst each other. So it's really just kind of like almost like the VIP portion of the event. So I would highly consider it.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything else you guys want to add? I mean, I think Avery did a good job. I think.
Well, that's that was awesome. Go ahead.
That's the sorry, Victor. That's the we have 3 different tickets. We have a general admission, which will get you into the 2-day conference, and then you can come to the networking on Friday. The VIP, that'll include the general plus the after party, and then we have a platinum, which is both of those. Plus, you'll get the live recordings. So if you miss any of the calls, so on and so forth. So you could check it out on the page. But
yeah, can you? I'm trying to share my screen. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. Can you share my screen here, Steve? Let me know if you can see it.
We can.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can now?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're on the website here. I mean, yeah, here's the general admission only. So if you only do the general admission ticket, which $297, it would not include that after party. It would actually have to be general admission plus Saturday night after party as part of the VIP. So again, the way that I think about it is that you're getting intimate access to the speakers, who you could literally go up to and like ask questions to. But like Avery said, there's going to be kind of just higher level people there in general, even people who aren't on social media, that you'll get a ton of value from. So what I want to bring your attention to as well is that you guys who who are here right now are the people that are really at the ground level. Like, you guys are the people that have, been investing in us for a very long time. That's why we also wanted to give this early bird discount. So essentially the way it's working is that in 29 days, which is the end of this month, end of May, prices are going to go up, because these, in my honest opinion, the prices that we're charging, and especially the prices that it requires for you to book a flight and book the hotel, are so cheap relative to the amount of value that you can get, that we wanted to give you guys like the best possible deal that we can give you. So these are heavily discounted only for the next month, just to give the people who have been supporting us for a long time, who really want to be there, the best absolute deal. And we know that people are going to join later on, but it's just to show you that you guys are really going to get the best deal, because the prices are absolutely going up after May 31st. So I just want to throw that out there. And then lastly,
and there's no joke there. We were all agreed. We were all thinking this should at least be $397 at a minimum. And we decided, like, okay, let's keep running the numbers and try to bring this down even further. So especially for the people who really have worked with us for years. And so that this is really just an early bird special. And again, just for like 30 days.
Yep. Very good. And then lastly, like Steve said, we have the platinum package as well, which will also give you access to all the live recordings as well. So you guys can go to booksandbeyondcon.com. You also have the link in the description if you guys are interested in coming as well. So what I want to do is kind of get back as well to our schedule. So remember that just to recap, Friday, fly in Friday, we're going to have a free public event at a public venue. Saturday, we're going to start early. We're going to get all the speakers there. We'll have catered lunch, come back from lunch, have some more speakers, do some panel breakouts. And then the after party, if you buy that extra ticket, will be the super intimate space with a bunch of the seller, or all of the sellers. Now, everyone's going to have a good night. Everyone's going to sleep it off. We're going to come back Sunday. Yeah. And Steve, Victor, we just got a bunch of amazing speakers that didn't speak the day before because there just wasn't enough time. They're going to hit us hard. Yeah. And they're going to hit us hard the whole morning. We're going to break for lunch, but this time lunch will actually not be catered. It's going to be your opportunity to take some of the people that you've met during the conference, go out and, on Fremont Street, or go somewhere in the local area, go have some lunch. Then you're going to come back. Similarly, we're going to have a couple more speakers, panel members, and then that's going to conclude basically day 2 of the conference. But we wanted to make it even more special for the people who truly are our supporters. And so anybody who comes to this conference that is a current Bookmine user or a go-to lister member is also going to have a private event later that Sunday that's going to be free of charge if you're a go-to lister or a Bookmine member. And that's just for us to give you guys a giving back to you. It's basically going to be sponsored by Bookmine and GoToLister. So basically, Bookmine, GoToLister, our companies are going to be paying for you guys to be there to show you that we value you guys and we want you to be there. So if you guys are not trying any of those offers, make sure you at least get a free trial and figure out what's going on with those things. But let's go. Just
there you go. Let's go.
That's huge.
And also, I want to say, anyone who joins, we're putting everybody into a Facebook group. So it's going to be a private Books and Beyond Facebook group. So, if you want to shack up and split a room with somebody, make some friends in there. If you have questions, trying to figure out where everyone's going to lunch, so on and so forth. I've gone to a lot of conferences, and I love, to kind of just have one place where you could communicate. So, kind of the cool thing of all four of us coming together is we all have different strengths. So we're really going to make this organized, super valuable. And, I think we're all just bringing a lot of unique, knowledge and speakers that we're all friends with, kind of bringing them all together. So it's going to be, I'm so excited. But I would say if you're coming, I would 100% at the very least get the VIP ticket, because I'll tell you, the after parties are crazy. And I believe, is drinks and food included over there? I forgot.
There is, yeah. And we're paying up for that penthouse. It is a really nice penthouse. There's 3 decks to this penthouse. Yeah.
So at the very least, and it is a bit limited. I'm not sure if it's 75 or what, but I would say the VIP, it is limited. So that's one of the benefits too of not only getting the early bird discount right now, but get that VIP. Okay. So VIP and platinum, they both come with the after party. Again, the platinum, it's going to come with some super special book reprints that Victor and I are going to be working on and be giving it to you guys soon. And also all the, we're going to be spending quite a bit of money having some professional videographers there taking video and everything. So after the event and all the recordings and everything, you're going to get a special discount as well. I mean, we're probably going to sell it afterwards as well, but it's going to be much more expensive versus if you just get the platinum. So we're trying to kind of create packages based on what, where you are and what you find valuable. So I would say at the very least, get the VIP, especially if you're watching. You're not going to want to miss that after party. I can promise you that. So that's my spiel.
Scott has a good question. What time will the event end on Sunday so we can plan flights? Okay, so I would recommend, especially if you're a Bookmine or GoToLister member, scheduling your flight out of Vegas on Monday. Because that Bookmine, the Bookmine GoToLister sponsored event on Sunday night. Again, you can only go to that if you're a Bookmine or a GoToLister member. Basically is going to also go, again, don't know the exact time, probably till around 9 p.m. as well. And so I wouldn't recommend having this amazing time needing to rush to the airport, right? I would just say schedule your return flight on Monday. So for me, I'm probably going to fly in Thursday and then fly out on Monday morning. That's what I'd recommend.
And if you go to the website and you go to the top, if you're on your mobile, there'll be like a little 3 lines you have to click. But if you're on desktop, you'll see it'll say book room. It'll redirect you to the hotel that we're all staying at. Now, the rates are already super discounted. I don't think we have any we don't have any codes or anything like that, but book it at the location. I think, is it the Four Queens?
Four Queens
Hotel.
Four Queens South Tower. Yeah.
That's the biggest mistake I've ever made my whole life, going to events and trying to book it at other places. The good news is pretty much all the hotels are really cheap out in Vegas because they're thinking, hey, we're going to get you in cheap and you're going to, go bankrupt gambling. Right. So, book it at the Four Queens. There's nothing that we get. There's no incentive for, there's no codes or anything, but the people you're going to meet in the lobby at nighttime sharing Uber. I mean, you're not even going to have to Uber because Fremont Street is right. You're literally
right there.
Dab and do some research of what Fremont Street is.
It's awesome.
I'm telling you right now, I've traveled all over the country. That is one of my top, most favorite, awesome places. Great food, gambling. You could walk down the whole strip. It's like a mile. There's stores. I mean, it is the best. You don't even have to leave. It's so much fun.
Yeah. And also, Victor, can you talk a little bit about why we picked Vegas? Because think about our mentality. Most of us, we're all like booksellers, right?
Yeah.
I don't know about you, Victor, but we're about getting a deal. So can you tell us why Vegas? Why Vegas?
So for us, Vegas was literally the best option because it's a mega. There's like a mega airport there, right? So we can get flights really cheap all around the country. The hotel stays ended up not being so expensive, so we're able to stay there pretty cheap. And because they're trying to attract us to go gambling, even the event space, we're able to bring that a little bit cheaper. And that's the reason why we're able to deliver such a killer price at $297 for the conference, is because of all of that coming together. So yeah, that's the reason why we decided Vegas. And then Fremont Street. I mean, if you guys have never been to Fremont Street, it's its own animal. Like, you can hang out there for days. There's so many different options there. It's a great place to be and just a great place to hang out. So if you guys get bored of us, you can go down on Fremont Street, and there's action all day long, 24/7. People are out there just having fun.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Tell everyone, Joji, what's above everybody, like with the zip lines and all that.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I know less about it. I think I've been there once. All I know is that there's some sort of incredible overarching, like, Victor, you could probably explain it more, but
there's a gigantic amazing. like display above you, and then just keeps on like having like light shows up there, and it just really brings the space together. And there's no cars that go through these streets. So it's just walkable. There's a lot of like street performers. There's bars. There's tons of events. Like Steve was saying, there is zip lines. It's just a really great place to hold an event, and I really can't believe that we're getting away with it. That we're able to have this event for this type of price point. Because we all thought that we were going to probably have to charge similar to around $600 to get this off the ground, but because
we charge $1,500 for Miami Sellers Conference all in. So if you get the after party, the yacht, the general admission, you're paying $1,500 for the weekend. So I'm telling you guys right now, this is a steal. You can thank Steve Raiken for giving this price so low.
I know, right?
Going up at the end of May, it will never be this cheap again. Take advantage of your ticket now. I mean, this is incredibly, incredibly cheap. I mean, the first year we threw Miami Sellers Conference, we lost money at this ticket price. So, but these guys know what they're doing. Don't worry, we're not going to go under and go bankrupt. But I'm just saying, very, very cheap ticket price for a 2-day event. So take advantage of it while you can.
Yeah.
And
one more thing I wanted to say.
My
I know. I see.
She's going to McKay's.
Yeah, that's awesome. And one more comment from so Scott asked, what time will the event end on Sunday? I know we talked about that, but Shannon in the comments said oftentimes the best networking is after, like, the Monday breakfast after, right? Because everyone else is already at the airport, they're getting out of there. But there's probably some of the big hitters, some people sticking around that like, hey, let's just go to breakfast and let's just talk business, or let's just talk life. So absolutely right. We're just so excited, so stoked for this to happen. So much work behind the scenes. And I even tell Victor this day, like, I just can't, I'm so grateful. I can't believe that we've met each other, that we're doing this thing. Like, this is a book selling event that I can see growing many, many, many years in the future. And I'm incredibly thankful. And I'm just so excited to meet a lot of you guys there. So.
Yeah. And I would say on top of that, if you're wondering, like, well, how many people are going to be going, like, what can you expect? My goal, and maybe Avery will have a different answer, Joji, I'd like to see 100, 200 people, 150
Absolutely.
people. Like, that's really the goal.
Yeah.
I really think we can get there, but we need your guys' help to obviously, like, share it. It's our first time. Right. Share the word. Feel free to bring your family as well too. Bring anybody who's interested in selling on Amazon. Doesn't matter if they're new and intermediate, advanced. If you want to learn books or DVDs or eBay to Amazon flips like I'm doing, or Amazon to Amazon, or thrifting or arbitrage, or wholesale. I mean, everybody's going to be there. That's really the goal. So come hang out. It's going to be a ton of fun, and you're going to hear a lot from us. And I can promise you guys, there's going to be multiple price hikes. The first one's going to be in 30 days, and there'll probably be 2 more. Like, the general admission's probably going to end up, I would say, probably around anywhere from $600 to $800 by the time this all ends. So this is documented live. This video is not going anywhere. You will see.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's really important to point out that none of this is a sales pitch. We really mean that there's more value than $297 here. We should be charging more initially, but we wanted to offer this price for all of our followers that have been working with us this long. Plus, we also said that it was limited to 75 people for the after event, and that's also correct, because of the event space that we're at is limiting us to 75 people. So that is actually, like, legit. We're not just trying to make it seem like that there's just that. So make sure you guys actually get those after party tickets quickly, because once we get to 75, that's where we're at. So anyway,
Incredible. All right, man. I don't know what else to say other than, yeah, this is not a sales pitch. I'm just excited that you guys are going to be there. I would just go to Vegas to hang out with you three. So, like I said, the fact that all those other awesome individuals, men and women that are coming to the event, it's going to be huge. And yeah, I'm just incredibly excited for it. So, let us know in the comments down below. Are you coming? Are you excited? Do you have any questions? Like, what's going on out there? I already see some people saying, I'll be there. I'm excited to meet this person, but let us know in the comments. Like, are you guys coming?
Yeah,
this is our first year. Let's get it rolling. Let's make this huge. Let's make this an every year thing.
Awesome.
Already buy the platinum. I think that's the smartest move. Buy the platinum ticket now while it's this cheap. Yeah, I would definitely have done that.
I would, buy the platinum. So if you're a bookseller and you operate a high margin, buy the platinum ticket for what will eventually be the general admission ticket. That's how you create margin right there, right? So
are there sponsorship opportunities?
Absolutely.
Do you know Chris Green? You got to know Chris Green.
Yeah. Oh, of course I know Chris Green.
Yeah,
a legend.
He doesn't know who I am, but of course I know who Chris Green is. Yeah, absolutely. There are sponsorship opportunities. We'll talk behind the scenes for sure.
Yeah, if you go, Chris, if you go to the website, at the top, there's a Google form for sponsors. You can fill that out and we'll get the information and reach out, or I'll just send you a DM afterwards. But yeah, Chris, we would love to talk, man. Chris and I go way back. He's literally the OG. I mean,
OG.
That's why I learned a lot of the stuff that I talked about back in 2014, 2015 from Chris. So great to have you here, brother.
That's awesome. Yeah, I saw his profile and chat. I was like, no way, that's Chris Green. That's crazy. That's awesome. Chris, you don't know who I am, but I definitely know who you are. So this is what I mean. I'm already like geeking out about the fact that Chris is considering coming. That's insane.
That would be wild.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Would be.
You get to see how big he is in real life. The first time I met him, I was like, holy crap, you look so much smaller on YouTube. He's like 6 foot.
Yeah?
I don't know what, but yeah, he had one of the first scanning apps. I mean, he wrote a book all about online arbitrage before anybody knew it. First guy to ever sell a book on Amazon for like $200 and sold like thousands of copies. I mean, the guy is a legend, and he's got a really great thing going on right now for anyone looking to learn how to write books and publish your own book. I mean, check him out, Authorpreneur. Just Chris Green, look him up. The guy is just unbelievable.
Insane. So who else we got? We got Nathan saying he already bought his platinum ticket. Let's go, Nathan. I'm super excited. We got Trevor says, got to catch them all. I know Trevor's going to be there. We got Michelle says she's coming. Diane's teasing us saying I'm still on the fence. Diane, you're going to be there speaking. What are you talking about? Diane's going to be there. You're going to have Cindy there. Karen says I'm excited. Cheap flights from where I live. Seriously considering this cheap flight, literally as cheap of flights as you can get, as cheap a hostel. You can get literally the cheapest ticket that you can get for a kind of event like this.
And guess what, guys? It's a write-off.
It is also a write-off.
Not a vacation.
It's not. This is absolutely an investment in your business that you can write off. Absolutely.
You can definitely write all of it off.
Scott says he's going. Let's go. Yeah.
So Joji, tell everybody how they can join, where they can go, and yeah, we're excited to see everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. So one more time, help me share my screen here for me, if you don't mind. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So link down below my YouTube channel, Steve's YouTube channel, Avery's YouTube channel, and also on Victor's Facebook group. Yeah. It will be the booksandbeyondcon.com. You can just go there as well. Books and Beyond Con. The con stands for conference, just short, CON, con.com. I think that's an awesome.
I thought it was Con Man.
for con man, yes.
Yeah. So Books and Beyond Con, booksandbeyondcon.com. And once you go there, literally there's so many places that you can register. I would absolutely recommend watching this video. I spent a lot of time making this video, introducing all the speakers, everything that we've basically said here in a nutshell, super polished video. And I'm really proud of that video there. Yeah. But I would recommend going through this entire website and reading why it's so valuable for you guys to network, why, what exactly you can expect here, all the different speakers. And literally anywhere here you can go. And by the way, I want to let you know that this is already an event that people are noticing. I mean, we've got sponsors, Bookmine sponsoring it, Go To Lister, Replan Catcher. We got Sell Back Your Book. We got Be Cool. We even have Central Virginia Prep and Little Owl, Shannon and Frank that are going to be here as well. So, I mean, we've got people noticing that what we've got is pretty special here, and it's going to be even more special if you guys can come here. But in any case, anywhere where it says register now, you can go and click. You can click there and you can decide which option that you want. But again, I would highly recommend buying the VIP. That's going to be the most popular. And like I said, that VIP price is eventually going to be cheaper than what the general admission price is going to be. So we want to give back to you guys, let you know that you're our favorite people because you're here. You've been with us for so long. And we want to offer this literally incredible opportunity. Like, I don't know how we could have made it cheaper. I mean, Steve is always like, push price down. Like, this is literally.
I'm like the Walmart.
You are. You literally are, Steve. And I'm like, Steve, we can only do this for a limited time because eventually, like, we actually need some money to like put this event on. Like, we're going to need some money to pay for everything.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. We're going to need at least break even, Steve. So, anyways, you can tell I'm incredibly excited. These guys are incredibly excited. And man, I'll let you know one thing as well. A lot of these people are going to be coming on my YouTube channel for interviews. And so you get to learn a little bit more about them if you don't know who they are. And hopefully, hopefully you'll be able to check in with them and see why they're so valuable and why you should come. So
yeah, and Aaron Worley's in the comments, which, by the way, I got to talk to you guys behind the scenes. I was going to see if we can get him to speak or maybe jump on a panel. He is, I think he's doing like, you got to say in the comments, Aaron, I think it's like between 40 to 60K a month. He's doing eBay to Amazon flips, a bunch of different stuff, but he's traveling with his family, his pets, his kids, everybody in an RV traveling the country doing this and working with prep centers. And he's a great guy. So he said that Southwest has their $49 flight special going on right now. Sale only goes to May 9th. So he's helping us. He's the salesman, man. I love it.
Salesman.
Oh, no, we're not messing around. We knew the flights to Las Vegas were the cheapest. That's why we're all doing it from there. Like, okay, you could go all in for like, $800 for including the ticket and the flight. It's $800, right? So
it's pretty incredible. And like I said, the return on your investment is going to be huge. I can't even quantify the return on investment of me going to the first Miami Sellers Conference, Avery, because of the fact that the value that I got from going there is so much greater than what I ended up paying that first year. I mean, just think about the second year. I got to speak the second year. That was insane. So, any case, incredible opportunity. Really excited to bring it to you guys. And this isn't going anywhere. Like, you guys are going to be hearing us talk about this for months and months into the future until it gets there, because it really is going to be that special. I'm like already going like, why can't it be September? Let's get to September. Let's get this. Like, I want to meet you guys in person. Like, I want to be there. Right? It's going to be incredibly fun. So, guys. Any last minute things here before we wrap it up?
Get your ticket. See you in Vegas. I'm telling you right now, do not be the guy or gal who's watching this in 2 to 3 months saying, why did I not get the ticket when it was early bird price? Why do these guys got to be so goddamn honest and raise the price? Why did I miss out on the $49 Southwest flight, which that might be only just based on where you live. But I'm telling you guys right now, just come hang out. It's going to be a really, really good time. And I want to meet you guys in real life too. I want to shake your hand and, break bread and have a drink. So
Cool. Anything else you want to say, Romer, before we leave?
Nope. Just excited for Vegas. And like Steve said, we'll be talking about this, whoever said it, we'll be talking about this for the next few months. The difference is you can either have bought your ticket at the cheaper price now, which I know many of you won't, or you can buy it last minute like most people do and end up paying $200, $300, $500 more, whatever the price is. So definitely recommend getting in right now. And super excited to meet all you guys that I haven't met in Vegas.
Absolutely.
Victor, to all my like arbitrage booksellers, this is the time to be buying tickets where it's literally we're at the valley.
Literally, plane tickets are always cheaper. Like, I travel all the time. They're always way cheaper in February, March, April.
Yeah.
Like, they start getting really expensive. I don't know if it's because more people travel in the summer or latter half of the year, but now it's definitely the cheapest. Vegas is cheap anyway, though.
Yeah,
it's like a keepograph. It's like a keepograph.
So we're at the valley of a keepograph. You need to be purchasing now because the price is only going to go from here. I know it because I mean we couldn't afford keeping this price this low this long.
I'm all about buying books. I'm all about buying books below market value, buying books for intrinsic value, right? Or buying books for market value, selling them for intrinsic value. In this case, you guys are buying well below the actual intrinsic value what we're offering. So Cindy's coming, VIP book. I'm gonna be super excited to see Cindy again. I've seen Cindy in person. It'll be awesome to meet up. And Nathan's joking on my channel. He says, "Can we resell the ticket when the price goes up?" You dirty dog. You're trying to make but see, Nathan understands that he understands the value is there. He already knows that, hey, can I buy a couple of these tickets and flip them when they are, $600 or $700? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. In any case, guys, we want to say from the bottom of our heart, thank you so much for attending this. this launch party. We're incredibly grateful and excited that you guys are even considering coming. Selfishly, like I said, I'm just so excited to meet these guys and all the other people who are going to come out of the woodworks. And all I can say is, thank you again from the bottom of our heart. And we really hope to see you in Vegas.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, guys.
All right, tickets, guys.
All right,
later.
bye.
Peace out.
Bye.